Guys, I'm making another video about an IM who tried to hit me with a pre-move, and that's not very nice. He had to be punished. So we were playing back on ICC 2009. It's a long time ago. Um, he is 2682, and I am 2781. We were playing some chess back then. Not so bad for a degen. Okay, let's get into it. D4, we have knight f6, c4, d6. The Asa Hoffman business. c6, e4. And now, I suppose he's hoping I'm prepping like bd3 or something, or God knows what. Hit me with bishop g4. This is just a very insulting move. It's like a slap in the face. Because, well, it doesn't belong over here. I mean, he should just, now he has to go back to c8. You can't stick it on h5 like he did. I mean, I have this wall of pawns locking the bishop out, and I'm going to expand anyway. It's very natural to do this. Theoretical. So we develop and we make, this knight and pawns, g4, h4, h5, knight f4, whatever, queen d2. Usually the bishop will be back in c8 in some kind of position like this. And if I'm going long, you want to organize a6 with b5 or something like this along some counterplay. But I'm not so sure I love what I did, because, I mean, it's advantage for me, but, plunking a knight, I'm sort of allowing this bishop to be gone. I just thought it was a good trade-off that I'm going to get the G file. I'm going to get, trading one advantage for another. So castles, knight f5, takes, and, this beautiful G file. And the pawn on f5, it stops this thing from coming to g6 a little bit. Also, he can't move it anyway. h6 is hanging. If he tries to take on d4 and plunk a piece on e5, I'm just going to play f4. Or bishop e2 and f4. The knight's going to have to jump home. So he got out of the way, and we closed the game. Here, he should probably go for c5. But even if he goes c5 to kind of lock it up and shut the dark bishop down, I'm going to put the king on a1 and rook on b1, and I'm going to blast it. Whenever you see that pawn, there's so many lines where the pawn is on c5 and you put a rook on b1 and you blast. So rook on b1, b4, bishop e2, and maybe double rooks. Rook b3, and rook b1, and we start blasting. His king's going to go on a8. Maybe the rook on b3 is useful. Maybe I even have some rook a3s with this bishop. Anyway, all the space for me. Lots of fun for me, no fun for him. So he took this way. I guess he didn't want to endure that. But, so we put some pressure. This is clever. I have no knight jumps because he just trades on c1. And, wipes all the pieces off the board. So bishop e2, very sensible. Now we're threatening some knight jumps. So he disappears. And what to do? Lots of ways to get advantage here. But knight b5 anyway. Can't take it because queen a5 is mate. Also, we're threatening some bishop a7 business. And you're going to have to trade rooks. And put the queen like somewhere far away from home. So he ate, and he tried to get the pieces off. And here, I made a mistake. Rook g1 is lights out. Just a horrible position. Because then I'm coming queen a. If he has to defend, he has to go back rook g8, and then I'm coming. Either bishop a7. Probably queen a5 is very, very horrible, right? Threatening Maybe doesn't have bishop d8 there. Bishop d8 maybe. So maybe I have to go bishop a7 first to kick the queen, you know, away from the king. I think this is just, oh my god, +3. +3, rook g1. Gotta go knight c5, b4, a b5, bc5, dc5, rook g7. It's just, so yeah, rook g1, like keeping the rook on the board and keeping all the kingside threats, and he's totally uncoordinated. Any rook move besides what I did, like, is just, I just thought that queen, you know, momentum, feel, you know, splits, and so I went queen a5. And now my advantage just evaporates a bit. I thought that this was very annoying because when he goes here, I have this attack, but he has 98, and I have to win the game all over again because he's defending d6, and then he may be threatening bishop b6 and start liquidating more pieces. I'm gonna lose my dark square, you know, this beautiful diagonal. So I had to slide over. But like Ivan Chuck said, the knights moving back are difficult to spot. And so he went for the tactical defense. You know, knight c5 with the idea, if I take it, you know, I can't take on c5 twice because my knight on b5 would be hanging, right? But knight c5 is a blunder. Because this, you know, kill the base pawn. You kill the base pawn, and that's the end of it. That's the end of everything. Well, f7 is hanging now. The knight's hanging on c5, so force he feels compelled to grab. And now we hit him with this one on as well. He can't take it because mate. So he went here, and now it's quick Kaputski. Check, check, and check. And I can't move the king because the queen is hanging. And you can't play bishop c7 because bishop takes c7. You can't take with the queen because queen a8 is mate, and you can't take with the king because the queen is hanging. So that was kind of a sweet thing. Punished him for going for the pre-move trickiness. I can't stand that. Don't you hate that when you're playing bullet and, you know, they know you're a fianchetto person, and so they go d4, you go g6, and they go bishop h6, and then they laugh, and then they take your rook too on the corner. It's very annoying. So he tried to pull one of those. He got punished. Very unprofessional for an IM. But they all do it. Back here. This is already massive for me, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's +3, right? +3. Because he's squished. His pieces have no space. Knight on f6 is doing nothing. Well, if he could bring this bishop to b6, he would be doing fine. But he doesn't have the time. So the machine wants here, 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 and here. Yeah. But we just looked at this. I mean, if he tries to do this, what's happening? Yeah, queen a5, right? Or queen c3, that didn't dawn on me. Queen b4 also. I think all human beings would play queen a5 here. Is bishop a7 the thing, by the way? No, this loses. I mean, it's still advantageous. It's gonna climb over too. No, it's going backwards. We're going backwards in time. Queen d8, queen c3. So, yeah. So this is an illusion. You got to follow through with this plan here. I mean, it is a knight c7 threat in one go, right? And it's the same business as in the game, but when he has to play bishop d8, right? Because otherwise knight c7 is Kaputski. So, yeah, he has to go bishop d8. And it's the same way in the game, except the rooks are, still on the board, and yeah, like he finally gets to trade these guys, but in the end, ultimately, he loses this one, and that's the key, baby. That's the key, baby, because e5 is now weak, f7 is hanging. There's always these bishop a6 tricks. So, yeah, this is clearly busted. All right, live and learn. Sometimes you just have to move a rook back. It's pretty subtle, but it makes all the difference. When you have an attacking position, don't trade the pieces, right? Don't let them trade. The Knicks, I mean, I would have been mad if I didn't win this game and butcher it. Like, the Knicks lost from 14 points ahead tonight with like 3 minutes left. They're playing a blitz game with 3 minutes and they're up 14 and they lose. Yeah. I don't know how many years this Knicks team can break hearts, but this is pretty brutal. They played a beautiful game. But hats off to the Pacers, man. They never gave up. They never gave up. Okay, so I think this was a cool game. And all right, International Master Lusar was his handle. Lusar. I always wonder if these cats became GM, like which IMs became GM. I don't know. I don't know his real name. Okay. Better luck, Knicks, and good luck to you.